Hi. Let me introduce you, Tess. He's the golden boy in the FIVB. I will do a short introduction and then pass the floor to Hitesh. As we are entering phase 3, as described by our new president, we're entering a new era of volleyball. But it's important to reflect on phase 2, the lessons and learnings. And so what we will share with you today is some of what we would describe as the critical success factors. And within that principle of having critical success factors, we want to share the key points that we have learned over the last 2 phases, phase 1 and phase 2. And that is, you need to have a plan. And I'm calling it a performance plan. And the performance plan of successful projects that are funded by Volleyball Empowerment have an element of performance on the court as well as off the court. So I'm going to provoke you now by saying, how many of you are planning for the success of the team? How many of you are planning for the success of the team in optimizing, commercializing on the success of the team? How many of you have a document that reflects your plan? How many of you make that public and declare this is what we want to achieve? That plan articulates what your goals are. It articulates when you want to achieve those goals. And in part, it articulates how you want to achieve them. And the most important element I could leave you with is that when you have a plan, commit to it. Commit to it with everything that you have. Another factor to consider is that of those projects that we have seen that are successful on the court and off the court, is that it's focused on athletes. It's focused on the players in the team, in the squad, focusing on the talent pool that you have. They're also driven by coaches. And I know I'm talking to a lot of National Federation leaders. How many of you are sitting on the selection committee of the teams? How many of you interfere with the selection of the teams? That is a barrier. That is a blocker. And so what we have seen is that when leadership is stepping out of their lane into the preparation of athletes and teams, it compromises the performance. I want to share with you a couple of lessons that we've learned and give you some examples. I can give you an example of 4 years ago in Canada. The Canada National Women's Volleyball team were being funded primarily by Volleyball Canada. When we joined forces with their performance plan on and off the court, we have seen remarkable achievements. The women's team almost qualified. They lost in their last match in the qualification event for Paris 2024. And that's okay if you don't win in those occasions, because the impact of the focus of the investment in Canada was that it has other benefits. Mark would concur with me that what they witnessed in their most recent national championships was that in women's volleyball, there was an increase at over 30% of teams participating. They went from nearly 700 to almost 1,000 teams participating in their national championships. I'll talk about the importance of hosting events, and part of the Volleyball Canada strategy was that by hosting an event in their country, it raises the bar. The expectation to win at home is great. And so if your players and your teams can cope with winning at home, they're already well on their way to being prepared for a high-level international competition. Another example, Fabio talked about Slovenia. Slovenia right now, and I won't take Metod and Gregor your story, but it's important to share that with the success of the men's team, it has had an impact on beach volleyball. I was told yesterday that in order to go and play a social game recreationally, you can book a court, but you have to wait 3 weeks before you get access to the court. And so the popularity of the sport has risen because of the success of the team. I'll give you another example with Mexico. Mexico, for their first time in 40 years, won a bronze medal at the Pan American Games. 40 years. Yeah, that's a major success. Mexico also, you would have seen in Yu Chao's report, in the beach volleyball, hosted the 2023 Beach Volleyball World Championships. And again, the trend is, if you want a viable, sustainable national federation, focused on your teams, focused on celebrating the success of the team, but also hosting events complements the strategy. And so we would encourage you to be ambitious, dream big, not only about the team, but also about how you can complement the performance of the team by hosting events. Probably the last message I'll leave you with is that stakeholders and partners are critical. And so Hitesh and I will talk a lot about Olympic solidarity, but there are a huge amount of resources that are available in the Olympic movement. How many of you have encouraged your team members to go and migrate and look at the IOC website? The amount of resources is enormous. Olympic solidarity for our sport is also enormous. And I would encourage you to look at Olympic solidarity in a way of utilising and complementing your plan, but also to build in a level of sustainability so you can get some guarantees of support for a multi-year program. And so you can focus on the next Olympic cycle. So that concludes my little section with volleyball empowerment. We are available. We are here to serve you. We are here to help you. Hitesh.
Thanks, Steve. Great. So achieving a first ever medal is an extraordinary achievement for any national federation. First time qualifies for World Championship, first time qualifying for the Olympic Games is always a big, big milestone for national federation. These milestones comes after a year of hard work and dedication of our athletes, coaches, staff, and National Federation sports administrators. Volleyball empowerment is designed to support our national federations to achieve these milestones. As you can see, there are some success stories of the whole investment done by FIVB, and there is a result over there. It's your plan, it's your territory. We will support you and guide you for the whole development pathway. First medal doesn't impact only the team who wants the medal, but it creates a ripple effect for the entire nation. So it's in your hand to lay down the foundation, lay down the legacy that will go for the next generation. As there is a famous saying, failing to plan is planning to fail. So, national federations, we highly request you to plan for your next Olympic cycle and beyond. And we are here to prepare, to support you, for all kind of support is available for FIB, Olympic Solidarity, and for your local government. As a big projects are made up of small actionable tasks, so we'd like you to break down your small task and move forward. The first one, to submit your application under volleyball empowerment. So the next closing date is 31st December, and we'd like to have your application receiving. Next is regarding stakeholders. Each stakeholder group has a unique influence on the functioning and the sustainability of national team. All these 4 stakeholders plays a crucial role in the development of your national team. As together, all these stakeholders will bring a balanced foundation for our national team growth. So I will highly recommend that we have FIB Volleyball Empowerment, but knock the door of your National Olympic Committee before December end, because then you can block for the next Olympic cycle grants from your National Olympic Committee over there. And myself and Steve, we are here to discuss with you after this global summit. And please feel free to ask any questions related to the support. And next video we will play is from Olympic Solidarity, Head of Sports Development Department, IOC, Sheila, who will be touching the little bit about the support available from International Olympic Committee to all the national federations.
Greetings to everyone at the FIVB World Congress, and we would like to thank the FIVB President, Dr. Karasha, as well as the Empowerment and Development Team for inviting us to make this brief presentation. We have to mention that FIVB is one of the international federations that is providing a really important level of collaboration with the International Olympic Committee, and specifically for ourselves working within Olympic Solidarity. My name is Sheila Stevens-Desvaux, and I'm the head of the Sport Development Unit within Olympic Solidarity. The mission of Olympic Solidarity is enshrined in the Olympic Charter. Rule 5 of the Olympic Charter outlines the aim of Olympic Solidarity, which is to provide assistance to NOCs, in particularly those with the greatest need. While the Charter defines different areas of this assistance, emphasis is placed on the athletes, which you will see is reflected in the Olympic Solidarity programs we'll discuss today. Olympic Solidarity programs are structured along 3 main axes. The World programs are available to all 206 NOCs recognized by the IOC. They are managed by the International Office in Lausanne, and we will be spending more time discussing these today. The continental programs are delivered through the continental associations and are in line with the specific needs of each continent. Finally, we have the IOC subsidies for NOCs' participation at the Olympic Games and the Youth Olympic Games. The world programs are divided into two main areas, those focusing on athlete and sport development and those focusing on organizational capacity and outreach programs. As it relates to the discussion that we're having today, you as the national federations within FIVB are mainly concerned with the programs that are in the green column, the technical courses for coaches, and the Olympic scholarships for coaches. And in the yellow column, the development of national sports system and the youth athlete development. You can see how these programs work on this slide, and that all requests must come via the NOCs, and then we consult with the IFs before the application is accepted or refused. Please keep in mind how you will engage with your NOCs to understand their strategies going into the 2025 to 2028 Olympic cycle, and how your national federation can be considered for Olympic Solidarity programs. Of course, respecting that the NOCs are trying to balance the needs within your national setting of all of the national federations, it is important to have a strong proposal that is well considered, and we can see that this will help in the relationship with your NOC and also with seeing it as a long-term approach. You shouldn't hesitate to work with FIVB to develop ideas and strategies, as they have some strong expertise in this area and an ability to really help when thinking about the way to put forward a proposal. Finally, I have shared with Stephen Hitesh and the Empowerment and Development Team the PDF of the Olympic Solidarity Plan for the 2025 to 2028 programs. This has more details that will help, we hope will be useful. Thank you to everyone and at the FIVB, and to all of you at the Congress. We hope you enjoy the rest of your sessions. Take care.
Thank you. Yes. So the resources are there. Supports are available for you. So it's National Federation delegates or NF presidents. It's you who have to lay down this plan. And we are here to support you in all the manners. So for the Olympic Solidarity, we will share with you all the documentation for the 25 to 28. And for volleyball empowerment, feel free to come to us and ask us anything required from our side. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Thank you.